Hi guys, this is Prex from AudioStiller.com. Today we're gonna be talking about tracks, chapter 3 of our Pro Tools course. So let's go over it. Creating tracks. So creating tracks very easy. You don't need to do all this crazy stuff of coming up all the way up here to create tracks. You can pretty much create, just use the shortcut, which is Command-Shift-N. Command-Shift-N, you're gonna have this screen, and right when you press Command-Shift-N, you can press up and down to change the amount of tracks that you want to create. You can hold Command and go left and right to toggle between stereo or mono, and you can hold Command and go up and down to change the type of tracks. If you press Option, you can change between samples and ticks. We're not going to go over samples and ticks. That's a more advanced thing. This plus right here is to open a new role so you can create different types of tracks within the same window. If you press Command-Shift-N with that window, you're gonna have that as well, so you don't need to go over the plus. You can just press Command-Shift-N and you're gonna have as many new roles as you want. So for example, let's say that you want to create a session with, let's say that we're gonna record a songwriter. We're gonna have an acoustic, like one vocals, one back vocals. We're gonna have one master track and one synthesizer, which is gonna be a plugin, and we're gonna have also one reverb. So we have 3 audio tracks. We're gonna have, for the reverb, one stereo aux track. We're gonna have a stereo master fader. We're gonna have a stereo instrument track, which is gonna be our piano, and I guess that's it, right? So there you go. We have all of our tracks in here created right away. So you can go over and click on the name of the track right here to rename it. So this is our vocals. This is back vocals. This is the guitar. This is gonna be our verb. This is our master, and this is our piano. So you notice that I didn't have to click on them and change vocals. If you press enter, it's literally gonna go enter, and you need to click it to the next one, then back vocals. If you press enter, you need to go to the next one, and then guitar, enter. So the way to rename all of your tracks, like with one window, is to hold Command and go left and right. Holding Command and go left and right is gonna change the rename screen, so you can name everything. Command right, verb 1, Command right, master, Command right, piano 1, Command right, vocal, Command right, back vocal 1. There you go. You can rename in all of them just holding Command left and right. So talking about the tracks itself, let's create one type of each of them. So we're gonna create one audio track, one aux track, one master fader, one MIDI track, and one instrument track. There you go. So the audio track, which you has this icon here, which is a waveform, only plays audio and records audio. So if you're recording a vocal, if you're recording a guitar, if you're recording anything that's running through your interface that's not MIDI, you are recording on an audio track. Also, you're going to use audio tracks to play whatever sample you have, to import anything from. If you're importing any audio, you're going to import it to an audio track. Aux track, which is represented by this arrow pointing down, it's used to reroute, to subgroup, to effects, to anything that it plays audio, but you don't want to have the audio sitting in the track. So we're gonna go over more auxiliary tracks when we cover routing. Master tracks, pretty much everything on your session is gonna play at the end through your master track. So it has this sigma, which is pretty much for sum. So it's pretty much the sum of all your tracks is the master track. MIDI track, which has this icon That's the 5-pin MIDI connector. MIDI tracks pretty much, it reads and records MIDI information, but MIDI information only. It won't play audio at all. And you can even see that the meter is different because MIDI goes from 0 to 127, so it doesn't have a regular meter in it. And you have your instrument track. The instrument track is pretty much a combination of your MIDI with an auxiliary track. That's an instrument track. So for example, if using in production, if you have like software synthesizers, you're gonna sit them on an instrument track. If you have an external synthesizers, you're gonna use a MIDI track to record it and then play on your through an aux track. Pretty much that's a way of doing it. That's one of the ways of doing it. There's many ways of doing of routing stuff and doing stuff in Pro Tools. So that was just an example. So pretty much going over the tracks, we have our inserts on the top, we have our sends, and we have our ins and outs. So the top is the input and the bottom is the output. So what the track is receiving and where it's gonna spit it to. And we have down here automation, and we're gonna go over automation later on. We have our groups. We're also gonna go over groups later on. We have here our pan and our record, solo, and mute, our fader with our meter, and down here you have like just a regulation of just pretty much a different visualization of what's your level. Down here you have the icon of what type of the track is, the voice that the track is going to be using. So if you put off, means that it won't be Pro Tools won't be playing it. So this is more advanced stuff. You won't have this like by start. Here, down here, you have this icon. This icon is pretty much what's going to be showing. It's pretty much a display icon. If you click in and you click all, you're going to notice that now you're exploring. You have way more options. I recommend you to not having, you don't need like more than 5 inserts. Usually you don't need to have instruments, you don't need to have mic pre's, you don't need to have delay compensation. You might need delay compensation, but for beginners that's more of an advanced concept, so we're not going to go over that now. And comments, it depends. If you want to add some comment, you can have that or not. Pretty much that's the basic of the track and basic of your strip, of your channel strip. So a few more things up on tracks. Colors is important. So changing the color of the tracks, usually your Pro Tools won't, if you just started, you won't have that, you won't have colors on your strip. It will be like this, grayed out, and your brightness is going to be lower, so it's going to be more like this. So if you want to see colors in between, you just need to go click on the bottom or on the top here, and it's going to show the color palette, and you can pretty much just click here. Then it will color the center of it. You can regulate the saturation and the brightness of it, and you can make your session look like a carnival. You can just go crazy in it, and this will give you a headache really quick if you keep stuff bright and saturated. Anyways, I keep my sessions a little bit bright, not that much. This is fine for me. And that's how you can change colors. Also, if you have multiple tracks selected and you pick a color, it will change all of the colors for all the tracks they have selected. One last thing upon tracks is tracks can be deleted, but if you delete a track, that cannot be undone. You can undo that. So the only way to delete a track is going with the right click and deleting it. If you delete a track and there's automation written to it, or if there's any audio in it, there will be a screen showing, are you sure that you want to delete this? Because that cannot be undo. So there is ways to reverse it if you pre-save it before, or you can go to the clip list and import it from the clip list. into a new track and all that, but that cannot be undone. You can't undo that. That cannot be undone. So make sure that when you delete that, you are sure that you want to delete, because you cannot undo that. Pretty much that's it up on track. So let's go over really quick all the shortcuts. Command Shift N, up and down, change the number. Command up and down will change the type of track. Command left and right toggles between stereo and mono. Command Shift N will open more rows to it. Then you can create. Renaming. Command left and right will toggle between all the tracks in your session to rename it. And that's it for tracks. That's it. And keep checking. We're gonna have some exercises. Do the exercise. Let's make sure that you can create a full session in quick speed. If you like the video, please make sure to click on like and share the video and subscribe to the channel for the rest of the course and for more tutorials on Pro Tools and other audio stuff. Thanks for watching and see you.